Hello, trumpeters. My name is Chase Hawkins, and I am a professional trumpet player. I have a doctorate degree in trumpet performance, and I am the principal trumpet in the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra, as well as an international trumpet soloist. And I am here today to help you learn to play the trumpet in this second echo warm-up. You're going to need your mouthpiece for this, so please go ahead and grab it out of your case. Remember, sitting the case on the floor or on a very stable surface, unzipping or unlatching it, lifting the lid, and grabbing out your mouthpiece carefully, making sure you do not drop it and damage the mouthpiece, or even more, dropping it on your instrument and damaging it. So be very careful when you take it out of the case. Next, remember that we keep our corners firm, we stay loose here in the middle, the mouthpiece is put about 50-50 between both lips, or as best as possible, and then we say so that the lips close, they come together, and then pizza or poo to release the sound. I actually prefer to use the word poo because you get a big burst of air that immediately translates into sound and a good buzz on the mouthpiece. Poo. Good. So now we are going to do some echoes where I play first and then you copy it back. My turn. You. Me. You. Me. You. Great. Hope that worked well for everyone. So I want to teach you one new thing today, and that's how to start the sound with the tongue. It's not exactly new. We have talked about it briefly in earlier videos, but now we will dig into it just a little bit deeper. Anytime we start the sound on the trumpet, we want to use the tongue so that we make that initial attack. This is called articulation. So far, we've talked about starting the sound with pizza or poo to release the air and create a buzz, but when we try to do it fast, it doesn't work too well. Here's an example of saying poo, poo, poo. It only happens so fast. And you can see the muscles around the outside of my mouth are moving quite a lot. There's only so fast that you're able to go with that and keep the sound sounding great. You can hear the distortion in the sound a little bit at the end of each note and right at the beginning of the next. Listen carefully, see if you hear it. It cuts itself off a little bit. So the tongue actually not only allows us to start the sound, but it also allows us to stop the sound. And we're going to get into that just a little bit more at the very end. Stopping the tongue, stopping the air with the tongue is something that is generally you're generally told not to do. However, if you think about it, when you start one sound, you can't really start the next sound without stopping it, right? That doesn't make any sense. So in order to start the next note, you have to stop it and start it at the exact same time. Tongue stopping is a little bit differently whenever people mention that. I'll cover that just shortly. But what we want to say the words to, I like to use the word to or toe, ti, ta, any of those T consonants with an open vowel at the end is very good for pronouncing the notes on the instrument. So for now I'm going to use to, as if we're saying we're going to the store. You can also say do, like do you need anything, or da, or d, or do, using the same vowels with a slightly different consonant. When you say to, when you do that on the mouthpiece, there's a big percussive front to the notes, or more striking sound to it. It starts right immediately. When we say do, the sound is a little bit softer. It's not quite as strong. Can you hear the difference? I'll do it one more time. Here's to. And here's do. So the strike of the do is just a little bit less. So as trumpet players, we actually have to use both of these types of articulations depending on different types of playing and different types of music. But for now, let's go ahead and use to or ta or ti or d, or sorry, t, to, ta, to, any of those t consonants with an open vowel at the end. To, to. I like to say to or do, in this case to, because it makes the lips purse forward just a little bit, which is which is exactly what we do when we form the embouchure. So for now, let's stick with two. Here's so let's do a couple echoes, and I'll do the first, and you copy. Again, we're using to make the articulations, to make the attacks of the notes. My turn. 1, 2, ready, go. Your turn, ready, go. My turn, ready, go. Your turn, ready, go. My turn, ready, go. Your turn, ready, go. I changed it up there at the end. So, here's a couple of echoes. So I'll play the first, and then you copy. My turn. Your turn, ready, go. My turn, ready, go. Your turn, ready, go. My turn, ready, go. Your turn, ready, go. All right, great. So one thing to remember when we use the tongue is the notes can still be long or short. Remember that the attack does not necessarily determine the length of the note. Oftentimes, when I'm introducing the tongue or teaching ta on notes, especially when we go from long, short, short, long, the short notes in the middle tend to be clipped really short. I hear things like this pretty often. If that's happening to you, remember to keep blowing the air through those notes. Now there are times when we have to play really short notes like that, but for the purpose of learning right now, let's try to keep all the notes fairly long. The lengths of the notes, we should remember that the length of the note is determined how we end the notes, whether we choose to stop the air with the tongue or by blowing all the way through the notes. So when I'm clipping it short, I'm stopping it really harshly with the tongue, and it sounds like this. Tut, 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 saying the word tut, 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 tut. Instead, I want to keep the notes really long so that we focus on using the air very, very openly and very efficiently. If you're having any issues with this so far, please do not hesitate to reach out to your band directors for additional help. or feel free to contact me via email at trumpetchase@gmail.com, and we can set up a lesson time to work through some of the issues that you're having. Thanks very much for listening. Happy trumpeting.